Welcome to the SQL tutorial part 4. In this lecture, we will study how to create a database, how to create a table into the database, and adding the constraints onto the table. So let's talk about the creating database. I have taken MySQL database just to show that how the queries can be executed. As we know that the SQL queries are similar on almost all the database management systems with a very few differences. So I'll follow the MySQL to show the queries and explain the SQL. So let's see how the SQL database can be created. So to create the SQL database, we will use the create clause. We'll be using create clause with the keyword database. So now just to create a database, we need to write on the command line create database, and then we'll need to give the name of our database. So for example, create database my underscore db. So just by writing this command and pressing enter, my underscore db database will be created. Now just to get inside the database, we will use the keyword use. So we will write use, use, and then the name of the created database. So we have just created my underscore db, so we will use this my underscore db. So just by doing this, we will enter into the database. Now once we enter inside the database, we can start creating the tables. So let's see what we need to do to create the tables. To create the tables, again we will be using the create clause, the create clause available that we have used to create the database. So we'll use the create clause, and then we'll use the table keyword. So create table statement is used to create a table in the database. So let's see, we'll write this create table, then we'll need to write the name of the table. Let's say if we want to create a person table, so we'll write person here, then we'll use the small bracket, opening bracket, and then all the column names. So let's say if we have 4 columns in the table, then we'll mention each column one by one. So column name 1, then its data type. In the previous lecture we had discussed all the data types that are available into different DBMSs. So we'll use the data type here with the size and constraints. So column name 1, then data type and the comma. After the comma, next column name 2, again space and data type, comma, then column number 3, name 3, data type, comma, and so on. And remember, we will not add a comma in the last column, in the end of the last column. And finally, once we are done with all the columns, we will close the bracket. So let's see an example. Let's say we have to create a table person with 5 fields: person ID, last name, first name, address, and city. So how we can do this? We'll need to write this create table, then the name of the table person. We'll open the bracket, the first column name p underscore id, its data type is int, then we'll write a comma. Second column name is last name with the data type varchar, size of 255 characters. Then first name with varchar 255 characters. Then we'll take an address field varchar 255 characters, and lastly city with again varchar field with 255, maximum 255 characters. And remember, we'll not add a comma in the after the last column, at the end of the last column. So we'll need to add the comma in all previous columns, but at the end of the last column we'll not use this comma, so we'll use the curly bracket. So this will create an empty table named person. In this way you can create any table with different columns and different data types with different size of the fields. Let's talk about the constraints that we can apply with the table, with the data structure. So these are used to limit the type of data that can go inside a table. So the constraints in the SQL are some major constraints are not null, so which will not allow any null value into the field, uni, which will not allow any duplicate value in the field. Primary key basically is the combination of the previous two, so it will apply not null and unique both constraints into a single column, and any table can have only one primary key. Foreign key is used to refer any other table, any field into some other table. A check constraint will limit the data. For example, age, if you want an age constraint that the person with age greater than 18, so you can use the check constraint, and default is a value that is automatically added at the time of insertion when the user do not insert by command line. So automatically a value default will be added into the table. So these are the constraints that can be added with the table: not null, unique, primary, foreign, check, and default constraints. So let's see how these constraints can be added to the table. So this is an example, person table with the 6 columns: person ID, last name, first name, address, city, and age. So let's say we want to apply the primary key onto the ID column, person ID. Then we want to apply a not null onto the last name, and we want to refer the first name to some other column of the first name in some other table, let's say staff table. And we want unique addresses, and then we want to add a default value to the city and the age restriction that is greater than 17. So age has to be greater than 17. So if someone comes with the age less than 17, the value should not be inserted to the database. So you can see the syntax while creating the table. Create table person is our first statement, then we'll open the bracket, then one by one the first column p underscore id, its data type, so we have used number or int for the MySQL with size 2 digits. Then we have applied the constraint primary key, then comma, and the next column we have used last name with the data type varchar 255 maximum character limit, and then we will apply the constraint not null into the last name. After that, the first name column with the varchar data type and 255 maximum character limits, we wanted to refer this column to some other table staff with the column name first name, so we'll write foreign key. So this is the constraint, and we'll use the keyword references. So after the keyword we will write the name of the table, and within the brackets we'll write the name of the field inside that table. So we want to refer the first name of our person table to refer the first name of the staff table. So this is the way how we can use the foreign key. So we have mentioned first name varchar, then the maximum size, foreign key constraint, and references table, references keyword, then the name of the table we want to refer, and inside the brackets the field we want to refer. Next is the unique column. So we can add a unique constraint with the address just by mentioning the unique constraint. And lastly, we'll use the city with the default value. So just to provide the default value in varchar, we will use the default keyword, and then after a space in single quotes, we will mention the default value which we want to insert in each record. So if it is a varchar, then we'll use this single quotes, and if it is integer, then we'll not use the single quotes to specify the default value. And lastly, the age, and we want to restrict this age, so check, and within the brackets column name, this is age, and condition greater than 17. Remember, this column name should be similar to the column on which we are adding the check. So this is how we can add all the constraints. You can refer the constraints like we have added the primary key, not null, foreign key, unique, default, and check constraints. We have used all the constraints in similar table. If you want to add more than one constraint onto a single field, you can also do in the same manner. You have to mention both the constraints into the column just by providing a space. So you can have this constraint, and you can also add the constraints later. So first you can create the table without any constraint, and later you can add the constraint to to the columns of the table. So let's see how we can do this, and we can also alter the columns. So let's say if we want to add some column later while in the table, we want to alter some column later, and we want to drop a column, so we can also do all these things just by using the alter table command. So we'll be using alter table command. So we'll write alter table and then the name of the table on which we want to perform the alteration, then alter column, the keyword column, and then the name of the column we want to alter. For example, in this we want to set the default value to some other value. So in this set keyword is used, default is the constraint, and this is the value of that default we want to alter. So the old value of the default will be replaced by this new default value. Let's say you want to drop the default constraint, so in the same manner you can use the alter table. So alter table, you will using the name of the table, and then alter column, name of the column, and then drop keyword. So we'll use this drop keyword and will apply onto the default constraint. So the default constraint will be dropped from the column. Now it will not insert any default value into the table. In the same way, we can also perform the alterations on the adding the column, removing the column, or changing the data type of the column, size of the column, and we can add the primary key and foreign key later just by using this alter table column or alter table command, alter table clause. So in the next lecture, we'll study our further topics into the SQL tutorials. Thank you so much.